wins for Nongshim. Their match score is -20, which, yeah, really tells it all. But when talking to the coach, you know, they're like, yeah, it's kind of what we expected. We were hoping that we would be doing a little bit better, but the players are still, they got their spirits up. They're still feeling like they're improving, and that's the important part. When you get pulled up into the LCK like this, you have 0 veteran players on your roster. You have 0 like deep experience, which particularly where Nongshim struggle a lot as the map opens up. It would be great to have a player that has been around for a while. None of that here.
Yeah, not yet. As we are ready to jump into our first draft of the day, or of this series, as we already had 2 drafts today, Valdez. Oh.
It's okay, Valdez. I forgive you for making such an egregious mistake. That was good. Ashe, Annie, gonna get taken away here. I've seen the Annie be on the rising priority, as it turns out that a flash instant AoE stun is not fun to play into.
Yep.
And the Molten Shield also gives her flex potential, being able to play it in the support role as well, so you can't even really go all in on punishing it. And to add to that, the level of play of Oriana's that we have seen have not been great. Victor has not been very successful in shutting it down, so teams have just resigned to banning it away.
I think it's a good idea. I think it's okay, especially with Maokai, not really a champ that you have to ban anymore.
No.
From the red side, you can just safely ban away the Annie if you don't think you've got an answer. Or, you know, if you want to keep it open for yourself to pick on the second
that's a Sari
rotation,
isn't it?
Yes.
Yes.
And they ban Lucian, so obviously Karthus is the answer here.
Yeah, first pick Karthus, a staple of the 13.4 patch. Definitely.
Yeah.
Not even I'm calling for Karthus at the moment. That's when you...
Any lane.
Any lane. Support Karthus coming in hot.
Yep.
Heard it here first from Valdez, as the Zeri, unsurprisingly, going to get picked up, has been the main answer for Nongshim. The DRX knew this was going to happen. The Lucian handshake, not available. The Varus, commonly paired with either Karma or Heimer, also not going to be an option here.
They should just play Aphelios Thresh. Stuck down. Just play Aphelios Thresh, whatever.
Yeah, well,
that's cool.
I love that. Completely okay with that. Although I do have to say that that combo is reliant on your Thresh to really be good. Is it okay, Valdez?
Yeah, it's fine.
Do you have faith in Barrel's?
Not
no, look.
Raven. Tristana. Okay.
Okay. Are we going to Tristana Alistair? Is that what's happening?
I guess so.
Huh. Peter also stumped at this turn of events. Not going to let that bother him.
Should I pick Lulu or Lulu? It's a difficult choice. He's going to go with the Lulu in this case.
And now we lock in Wukong.
No,
and
it's
we
Vi.
can say, I'm saying Wukong because it's Sylvie.
I really like Vi into Sejuani Tristana, but you might be right.
No, I would agree with you. I would prefer Vi. So
watch it just not be a jungler. Okay, it's Wukong.
Yeah. Not too surprising. Nongshim have been heavily prioritizing this Wukong to allow Sylvie to have the biggest impact in team fights. Says, oh, it's the Rel.
Okay.
Okay, Beryl.
Okay, DRX.
He used to be known as a bit of a Rel player. And I do think it's a much better look. Beryl on engage supports, I have a lot more faith in than Beryl on enchanters. As we have seen the struggles as the Cassante respect band are going to come through from Dundon, the pick definitely dropping in priority, but still a fairly versatile pick in general. And when you're playing into Dundon specifically, I think it is fine to respect Ben, as he has looked miles and above in that champion than anything else, as the Gangplank coming through as well. So that is... That's going to be Nara Renekton here for Rascal.
Yeah, they're going to first pick that, and then they're going to flex Tristana mid and pick Samira.
Sure.
That's the play.
That's the
I'm
play.
just letting you guys. I had the script here. I felt like maybe I should just
Share it.
share it out a little bit. You know, it's been a while.
But that means we don't get R5 ASO. Come on, Velda.
That's fine. We don't need that.
I wouldn't mind. And now the R4 available here. Gnar or Renekton are your two choices. Those are the only top laners that are real. And
Yes.
it is Rascal. So I'm expecting Renekton. Jax is actually, I mean, I would be completely fine with Jax. I think Jax is a very well-rounded champion. Working out nicely.
Currently, everybody goes in.
Yeah, you can't pick Samira anymore though, fellas. I'm sorry to say. Because you're full AD.
That's fine.
No, it's not.
Tristana AP mid.
That doesn't exist anymore.
You can build AP items on Tristana.
You go Nashor's 2 first.
Jax has got some magic damage.
Maybe it's Rod of Ages Jax.
Yeah, maybe Rod of Ages Jax.
Maybe it's the tech. No, it's I don't expect it to. As Fiesta now,
Is it Aurelion Sol?
Syndra is the most commonly seen. And we see some chuckles because we do, of course, remember Fiesta, his most recent game on Akali. It did not go great. On the contrary, it went quite poorly as... oh, yeah, no.
No,
actually,
TF.
you had it. Yeah, you had it, Fate.
No, it's
your name is Fate.
Your name is Twisted Fate.
You're playing into
No.
Akali.
No.
I don't mind it's Ali. I know you're not a
No.
fan.
No, TF. Where's Atlas? Let's get him up here.
To be positive about the situation?
Yeah, he's got to talk about how Talia's a great pick here. No, I mean, the blind Akali we've seen many times, and I feel like that deserves more of a chuckle. You know, players can have bad games, but I think that blind Akali has been proven time and time again it is not a good choice, and DRX elected not to punish it.
We've even seen Chovy, which is one of our best Akali players, just get decimated. Like, this week, by BDD. Is TF. There was nothing he could do. I am a Talia enjoyer, but actually would have loved the TF. I agree with you, Valdez. Seemed like it would be really good to provide
So
both.
well with the comp, too.
Yeah, you have the bot lane pressure. You can look for the all-in. You can look for the continuous dives. I would have loved it.
I mean, Talia
If Jax-
basically does something similar, but it does not have the point-and-click CC. And, you know, it's got, like, a bit more damage, I guess. That little sign is very cute. I don't know where she got that.
It's like a cue card.
She got a cue card from our host, maybe.
Very, very adorable. The fan signs, as always, looking great. But the Talia still provides a ton of value, still should be able to assist the sidelines, but it's going to take a lot longer to get online and doesn't provide you with the reliable way to get Vision of Akali as she gets into her Shroud. For Nongshim, this is about as comfortable as it gets. They've been playing a ton of these champions a lot, but I do really like the potential for DRX here if they can snowball that bot lane in particular.
Absolutely. Well, guys, we got game number 1. Let's do it right now.
That was Tristana.
Yeah. You know, Aphelios Thresh is back in the meta, and Duckdom's not playing Aphelios.
I'm going to reiterate what I said earlier, Valdez, and I do think that it
Nice.
stands and falls by the level of your Fresh. And with how DRX have been playing recently, I don't know if Fresh is the right direction.
But Tristana Rel is.
Well, with Tristana Rel, you know, you go in and either you flip the game and you win or lose. You know, there's no need to continuously
You don't
hit
think
difficult hooks.
You don't think this is like DRX's new tech to shut down Zeri lanes?
The Rel Tristana?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I quite like it. I do think that the...
Or Dundon, man.
Yeah, he just wanted to have some fun. Rascal's not having any of that. Yeah, you can do this when you're Jax. Wukong is very weak. And Renekton on the level 1. Not super amazing, but Rascal has gone for Grasp. And As Flash as well. If you have Ghost and Lethal Tempo, you can really go in hard there. We have seen that in the past, but not going to be the case here. But no, I personally don't mind the Tristana Rel. I'm just saying that I like it a lot more just because I think the Thresh is great when you're great at it. And otherwise, I don't think the pick is providing you with that much.
Juan hit rank 1 in solo queue.
Has been doing really well.
Yeah. And I think he definitely deserved the chance. Just not even talking about Krako, just the way the team is going, you know?
I agree.
So I'm really glad that he got a chance to kind of show his stuff. Team obviously still struggling, but it's a good opportunity even. You know, your team has fallen out of playoffs, you don't have a chance, so give Juan a shot. See what he can do. Maybe he can be your guy for summer. As you were talking about, Beryl on engaged support. Yeah, he was the Alistair guy. And he was the Rel guy as well when Rel came out after that. And yeah, he's 14-4 on the pick.
Yeah, Rel, Alistair, and the Pantheon as Ono. Dun Dun is going to get dove here.
Oh, hello. Here's Juhan in the top lane, setting up a very proactive dive. Gotta love it, but a slice and perhaps a dice to flash away. Juhan is going to survive, but Rascal, oh, nice flash away, and he will survive as well.
Some unfortunate early trades from Dun Dun mean that he will go down here. Yeah, it's going to be able to teleport back, but that is a very nicely set up dive. Textbook. You know, Juhan making his way over, has the aftershock, can take aggro and be fine, flashes out. And Rascal setting that one up with having a very strong early lane control. This goes back all the way to level 1, right? Like, starts trading aggressively, knowing that his jungler is pathing towards the top side of the map. Nicely done. Barrel and Dogtown, this wave is shoving into you. You don't need to go forward, and it looks like they won't. And DRX already starting off very nicely here. Strong start with Rascal getting fed is a splendid win condition, because I do think that in the 5v5 you can run into some issues if Nongshim can find their flanks. But if you have a Jax that is unbeatable inside, things become a whole lot better.
Yeah, it's going to be a good look. We're going to take a look at this once again. And listen in to Rascal. You tank it.
Nice.
Those fans are just enjoying themselves. They got some food. They got some snacks.
Great choice.
Yeah.
Just sit there, watch some LCK, eat your snacks. Oh no, Fiesta.
Uh-oh.
Well, there's no flash on Juan, so...
I mean... Okay. Juan just going to get on top of the Wukong instead. Forces the smite, which is totally fine. Still just hanging out on the top side of the map. Just making sure that the Renekton doesn't die again.
Good coverage by Sylvie there. Able to get his Grump and make sure that, as you point out, the repeat dive doesn't come through. But with the knowledge, it also means that the rest of DRX will have a pretty decent idea of where the Wukong is going to be. And that might provide another opportunity for Dogdown and Beryl to play more aggressive towards that bot side. Would expect them to look for a very aggressive level 6 play here.
Beryl's in mid.
Maybe Fiesta makes a mistake.
Yeah, okay, you know, like, hello.
I might as well.
Sure.
As long as you are on your horse, you're relatively fast.
Yeah, join up with Boar Lady and get some wards down, clear out some vision, keep your Talia safe. Exert your control over the rift.
Nice.
Nice.
Juan going to set up the vision here. They have Prio on the bottom half of the map. Would not be surprised if they want to try and go for the dragon in a little bit of time, but do want to make sure that they shove out this wave first. And with the explosive shot, shouldn't be too hard. Sylvie also not level 6 just yet, is ahead in farm by a little bit. Just gonna be a camp, nothing crazy. Juan early pathing has been pretty efficient. And something we haven't talked about for a long time, because Rel has not been relevant for a really long time,
nice,
is the ability for her to break shields, which into Zeri and Lulu is going to feel very, very nice. Going to be providing a ton of utility with that Q. and would not be surprised, as mentioned, if we see some aggressive plays, maybe Fade roams down towards that bot lane as well.
She will be quite relevant. I do agree with you, Chronicler. As Giovanni's still level 5.
I was not trying.
You were just using the word relevant?
Yeah.
Imagine not making a pun.
Well, I didn't even
have the opportunity.
Even occur to me. I'm very sorry.
Just have the opportunity for a perfect pun. I mean, I guess you did make it, so. But it's the thought that counts.
I don't think it's a pun if you don't know it's a pun. I think the intent is actually very important.
Is that true?
Well, no. No, it is still factually a pun.
Yeah.
The Drake gets taken.
It's still a pun.
Well, yeah, but I think that for the pun to be funny or intended as a joke, it needs to be
They're not all funny.
Well, I wouldn't say this one was funny either, but there needs to be a definitive intent.
Hilarious.
Okay, well, that says more about you than it does about us.
I guess so. I guess so. Yeah, but it's cool to see Rel is back.
I like Rel. Her impact on the early to mid-game skirmishes has been, at times, great. At times, because again, she has not been in the meta for quite a while. Although we have seen her in Challenger a few times, because they love their engage supports there. Samira is also a lot higher up the priority ladder. As is
Challenger always leads the meta. You know?
As is Neela. Well, I wouldn't say that that's true necessarily, but they definitely love to experiment, which is very valuable. You know, a curious mind. Yeah, it's a powerful tool.
And if you guys have curious minds as well and you're thinking about checking out Challengers, we do it every Monday and Tuesday. Make sure to catch the English cast of that one. As we are doing a Rift Herald. Nongshim are deciding, okay, let's do it. As in they go, Cyclone onto the Talia, but immediately Fiesta is taking a lot of damage, but he's in this round. It's taken here by Juhan, as he does pick up the objective, but this is 2 kills now for Fiesta, who was just hanging out in this round the whole time, waits through all the engage, and now he's just going to be looking for a third one here. As I'm not sure if they can take down Beryl, but they will absolutely go for it, as Sylvie will take 2 himself. As yes, the Rift Herald does go the way of DRX, but Nongshim get 4 kills.
That's a complete disaster. They all in on Fiesta in an attempt to kill the Akali, and then they don't get the 100-0. So then what do? Well, not a lot. Beryl didn't have his Magnet Storm yet either. Not enough lockdown, and the level 6 spike of the Nongshim comp is considerable. And take another look, right? Like, yes, you get on top of Fade and Juon, but that alone is not enough. But Fiesta just stays alive throughout all of this. Peter has his heal, and then the sustained damage with 2 members already being down is more than enough. Also, do note, like, Rascal was already down a pretty substantial amount of HP there. The wombo combo from Nongshim just way too good, and this turn was a pretty okay game state to a big disaster. Here for DRX, they got the topside dive, everything was looking good, they went for the aggressive test.
Okay, looking for the punish here onto Fiesta. There are 3 people on top of the Akali, so a little shut down in the pockets of Juhan, I guess.
That might be the turret even if, yeah, Sylvie is going to answer. But they're at the very least going to get free plates off of this.
Yeah. It's a bunch of gold already into the hands of Fate and Juhan, so it's traded back pretty effectively. First Drake did go into the hands of DRX as well. Individual Infernal.
Can they zone off here? Fiesta almost has his teleport available.
In a little bit of trouble here. He's taken way too much. Has to Dominus and Flash just to get away from Rascal.
Yeah, the key thing is even with... Oh, no.
Oh, boy. Well, is the damage enough? The Counter-Strike should be able to do it as Rascal picks up another one. That's a solo kill for him this time.
And our previous king of solo kills has faltered this season, Valdez, but right now, looking to reclaim his old throne, takes Dundun down, and of course this is DRX against Nongshim. I should not get out of myself, but man, I just love seeing Rascal solo kill people. It has been a long time. He has been mostly getting solo killed, as the disaster around the Herald is not enough to discourage DRX from making plays. And this is a really big difference with what we have seen from this team in the past, where once things start going wrong, they rapidly collapse, and things go worse and worse and worse. Rascal, very straightforward. Gets the counter-strike, has leap strike available, so can get out without even a single problem. And
Or a word.
yeah, no, stone cold killer.
And now he has Divine Sunder, and Dindin is just like, well, I'm trying to lane, but I can't. What do I do?
No, this top lane is over. That first kill was one thing, and then Rascal died, so things were looking up a little bit, but Dundon crucially didn't get any gold, and now you are Renekton behind against Jax. And let me tell you, that's not fun. You don't have a Mythic, and he has Sunderer. That is already disastrous.
And the plates nowadays are just kind of insane, right? Because he just got, what is it, 525 gold?
Yeah.
From the 3 plates, just like that. He was about to get a 4th plate. Just from, I mean, he is probably going to get a 4th plate unless he backs here.
He can keep going. No, I don't think he needs to back. He's still up a Mythic. He's not going to risk it, which is a fine call, don't get me wrong, but...
Could run down to his team, too. Just say, like, hey, now I'm here. Or, yeah, he's trying to exert some pressure elsewhere. You know, just take a blue buff, clear out some vision, you know, whatever. It's going to be a huge boon for the side of DRX to have this super fed Jax and the pretty useless Renekton, which, by the way, was the counter pick in the draft.
Yeah. Didn't quite end up working out, and Renekton can, in this matchup, exert a decent amount of pressure onto Jax for a large amount of the lane.
Okay, here we go, little Magnet Storm, little Wombo combo. Haven't seen this for a while, but they do kill the clone, and that is about it. The follow-up Cyclone is massive as DRX bait themselves into a whole mess of a team fight. A double kill now, again for Sylvie.
Oh boy, Valdez, we're having some difficulty assessing the game state, because just when you think DRX are taking full control, they have a fight like that. As you pointed out during the fight, that was a Wukong clone. It might not matter because Rascal is clearly done with losing.
Okay, TP might get him into range of this one as the Akali is in it to win it. Nice little counter strike is going to catch Fiesta, but I'm not sure that you get away from him as he walks through the wall and autos him. Obviously, just the rift was changing, but Fiesta is going to pick up a kill for his troubles with the TP.
Oh, and that's big. That is a shutdown onto Fiesta. Sylvie also getting monstrously fed. And if Rascal is not ahead anymore, like DRX is in deep trouble as...
The gold is still even.
Yeah, I know. That's the best part. As this looked so good, but it's just one guy.
They really destroyed that clone.
Yeah, they really got that clone. And meanwhile, like, Sylvie is completely fine. Fiesta is allowed to just do unlimited damage, and twice in a row, the fights have looked disastrous from DRX, but it doesn't matter. Because even with Rascal going down here, like, everyone be reminded that he did in fact pick up the first turret block there by himself.
And all 5 plates.
Yes. Again, by himself. If he would have gotten away, it would have been a great escape. Fate really trying to save him, but not going to be in time. And that does mean that Fiesta is an even bigger threat. But this is still a Jax that is going to be obscenely accelerated. As that's the clone again, guys.
Guys, that's the clone.
Sylvie really bringing out the trickster in Warrior Trickster here.
Very nice stuff so far.
We're gonna flip the game to 5v5. Maybe we're just gonna keep fighting.
Let's do it.
Fight.
Yeah, absolutely.
Guys.
Mid lane turret, who cares about that? We don't mind. Rascal has got a little sight onto the enemy Akali as well. So that's going to be pretty valuable. And DRX, they say, it's a second Rift Herald. We don't have to throw it on here. We don't have to take this fight. It's a good call from them. Although they might just fight now. As here they go, they're going to find the Akali. As in they go, 100-0 down goes the Akali.
And might get Peter here as well.
Oh no, it's just a Lulu. That's not very nice. They're going to give the kill to Rascal, who picks up 2 more.
2 kills to Rascal. Yeah, this game's mayhem, Veldas. I wish the desk and the space good luck with this one, because right now it does feel like it's DRX that are grabbing a lead, but we do know that leads come and go in this game. Really nicely set up here. Beryl finds the crash down, then has the immediate follow-up from the rest of his team. Peter, in a desperate attempt to be a good teammate and save his friend, goes down as well, and both kills go over to the solo lane win condition of Rascal, who was already a complete menace, 50 CS. As yeah, this is a yeah, that's a good gold graph. That's a really great indication of how this game has gone thus far. It's up, it's down, it's left, it's right. And by the end of it, it seems like DRX have a lead, but I'm not willing to make any conclusive judgments until we see. Oh my God, that's 2 points. That's yeah. So most of this
gold
is self-earned. You know, Rascal's a self-made man. He's an entrepreneur. He's a man of means. He got.
Juhan started the snowball.
I got a dive.
Yeah.
But it was the Rascal setup, okay? He put himself in that position, Valdez.
It's like the rich kid who gets a small $10 million loan from his dad to start his business.
Yeah,
he's self-made.
Exactly.
Uh-oh, Fiesta just going to kill Fate just like that. Not much counterplay for him, as he elected not to flash or do much of anything. Just goes down. Fiesta just really trying to extend the lead he's got here in the mid lane.
Yeah, little did DRX know that this is the Nongshim comfort zone. when nothing makes sense.
Yeah, don't play a challenger team at their game. They will win.
Well, I don't know if they will, because there is still the matter of this guy on your screen with a Spear of Shojin Jun now. But I do think that it's refreshing to see that Fiesta is having a much better time this time around on the Akali, and that Fade, if he is out of position, will still die, even with his E to Akali. Akali is an extremely mobile character, and you can't just rely on your E to stay alive even remotely, as we saw there.
Remotely.
Yeah, uses it on the wave, so you die.
That's all you had to say about that one.
Because he knows the job's not done.
And look what he does with that kill gold. He goes back, buys a stopwatch. For what?
Smart.
For what reason? For the upcoming fight.
This is actually a big fight. If Nongshim can get their hands on a couple of Mountain Dragons, DRX comp might run into some issues. Very versatile. Look at this. They're actually shoving bot with a Herald.
Whoa. Okay, and they've marked Rascal. They know where he is,
Have they marked
importantly.
Fiesta?
Yeah, well, that's the Shroud down. It forces the ultimate here as well. The stun comes in. He has to R2 away. And Wild Growth and heal. So much used just onto the Akali for Fiesta to get away. And the fight didn't even really break out yet.
No, but that is Wild Growth.
Okay, well
done.
Okay, we're just using this onto the Renekton, who was a bit alone. Beryl looking for the Magnet Storm angle.
That's fine.
Okay.
That gets you a dragon.
All right.
That's a win.
Okay.
Surely did definitely try to salvage the situation for Nongshim, but not going to be the case. Catch in the side lane doesn't end up killing Fiesta, but it does the job. It makes sure that the rest of Nongshim is in an awkward position, unable to contest the dragon. And while DRX will still have angles if Nongshim starts stacking Mountain Drakes, Nongshim have no angles if DRX starts stacking Mountain Drakes. Because if you are unable to kill Fade and Dokdom in a single combo of your Renekton or of your Akali, and it's just Vital, like that's not happening, Valdez. That's not enough. That's the first Drake already going over, as the Fiesta welcome squad is here, making their way over. But I think Fiesta knows.
Yeah, better safe than sorry. You have some vision over there, but better to just back away, especially with the way the game has been going. Don't necessarily want to get caught out in the side lane again.
No.
Rascal they don't know 100% where everybody else is.
It's only a 3.5K gold lead.
Yeah, he's chilling. Do you think Zonya's yet next, or you think he's gonna wait on that stopwatch?
I think you can sit on the stopwatch as long as you don't have to use it. You don't really mind. Do wonder what he's going next here.
Stranger.
Okay. I mean, Maul is a great item. Personally, I think when you're this fat, Sterix can allow you to play very aggressively, but might want to go into a GA or a Zonias. You know, could be either on his 4th item. So, and this also means that one downsides that Jax can run into is that into an Akali without MR, you can actually lose the 1v1. Like, even with how fat Rascal is, the benefit of Jax is that either against like AD or auto-based characters, or characters that take a long time, like even Fiora, the reason why Jax is a good matchup is because if he can get multiple powers in, can get multiple counter-strikes off, and get a lot of hits on his ult passive, that's when he's really strong. But Akali like 2-taps you if you don't have MR, particularly with Shadow Flame in like a combo. So I actually really like the buy. I think it means that you now can also lane against Fiesta, and it takes away one of the small remaining win cons that are there for Nongshim. The other one being, of course, their 5v5, which this game has actually been way better than DRX's, which is weird.
Yeah, very weird. I mean, neither of these teams have been, you know, outstanding.
Excuse you, Valdez.
At their team fighting, but
these teams are 10th and 9th place for a reason, and we're seeing it here today. But that's okay. Well, sometimes you just want a good old-fashioned brawl.
Sure.
No? Never have?
No, yeah. I love a good old-fashioned brawl.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. You don't sound very convincing to me.
Oh, it's fun.
Still.
Yeah, it's what is a brawl? It's exciting. It's fun to watch. Yeah.
Yep.
That's all I got. Oh, they actually find a nice little angle here on the Vital, but that's Zeri, so at the end of the day, not very nice at all, actually. They force her to glide on the wall. Nice.
That is the E cooldown down.
Yep.
Very true.
Got him.
What I'd love to see from DRX here is you park Rascal in the side lane. They need 2 people to deal with him. And then you threaten Baron, because your hard engage is amazing. And your zone control is also amazing. And you have pretty decent Baron damage. So if you do that, then either they send 2 people to Rascal, and then they are going to lose Baron, or they send 1 person to Rascal, and then you don't do Baron, you peel off, and then Rascal wins the game. So that's what I'd love to see, and right now that is hopefully happening soon.
Yeah. You just outlined how split pushing works.
Yes.
Yeah.
Should I not have? Should I just
No, I think it's a good idea. Yeah. I think it's good to acknowledge the win conditions of DRX right now.
I can also 5v5, but why would you flip? Nongshim have shown that they can 5v5 well. And contrary to
hitting all those important cyclones.
Yeah.
And DRX have kind of got themselves into worrisome situations in a couple of fights.
They definitely have. A bit too much clone focus for my liking. So we're just finding for mid lane prior. There is a Drake coming up here, soul point possible for DRX, but a couple of crucial 2-item spikes hit. Sylvie, Fiesta, Vital, all very strong right now. Could be an opportunity for them to equalize the score in Dragons. If they can find their way towards this pit, which right now isn't happening. Rascal finishes small.
We're 5v5, and he is going to get a very nice flank. Will it be pulled off correctly? There are a couple of control wards here for Nongshim covering their flanks. As okay, looking for it now. Where is the Jax? Over the wall he goes, is going to find Fiesta, but that is an Akali, so just gonna get the Shroud out. Move over towards the Dragon now. Shroud cooldown, down.
Yeah, much ado about nothing in that one, as we will have the back come through. Doc Dom, oh, that's quick blades. That's a huge spike. Understandable that they want to wait for that. And Nongshim are not aware that Doc Dom is back. This was off vision, so yeah, they had a window there. Didn't know they did.
Yeah.
And now you have a quick blades Tristana joining the fray.
Yeah, and she's going to be a huge menace, especially as this game comes along, and of course she gets the larger range, and, you know, all these shields, it's going to be huge. Like, nobody's really going to be able to kill her, and she's going to do so much damage. That is the power of Tristana and the late game nowadays with BT in its current form.
Yeah, BT and Overheal, and also she's gonna have a bunch of dragons. So like it becomes even more, like it becomes even better. Rascal doesn't have TP though, so you can hard force on Nash here, but I don't think Nongshim will, Veldas.
Yeah, something tells me that they're not going to, Chronicler. No. I think they're just going to give away this Mountain Drake.
Yes, that is accurate.
Oh, I guess they saw Dindin backing in that brush and just wanted to make sure that he didn't do anything sneaky. So 2 Mountain Drakes now over to the side of DRX. A lot of members in their comp that will be enjoying all of those extra resistances.
Yeah, both Rascal and Juan are never going to die. Juan also going for a more health-oriented build, going for the Warmox first. And if you have Warmox and a very big effective health pool, and then you add Aftershock and Frost Armor, and then 2 Mountain Dragons, that is a beefy piggy. That is not going down anytime soon. And it takes away a lot of the punish potential for Nongshim as well, because it's going to cost you a second or 2 extra to take down some of these DRX members. And I do think they are very reliant on their ability to single out and eliminate a target, as Vital isn't really online yet. Like, even with this Lord Dominix, which I think is unfortunately a necessary buy into DRX, you still need either Quick Plates or IE if you really want to threaten.
Oh, you hit a counter-strike. Dindin in a bit of trouble here, as even the ult's going to be used. Flash and Dominus. Not enough to get Dindin out of this, as he's just chased down the lane. Gets the double dash, but who cares? Rascal is just going to chase him forever. And now he has TP again, so it's a 5v4.
Should be no opportunity. There's even teleport for Rascal.
Yeah.
He can just join this fight, and based on his back, that is likely his plan. Didn't have the wave with him. It's going to be the Nash. And that might be the killing blow, Valdez.
Didn't even necessarily have to use it, but just for safety's sake, to totally discourage Nongshim from making their way into the pit or even into the river. And yes, a Baron at this point, when your Jax is even further ahead, is a bit of an issue. Gonna force out the cleanse here from Vital, just to make things even more difficult.
And unfortunately for Nongshim, once a Tristana gets the siege, your turrets are going to fall extremely rapidly. As there were turrets here, I swear.
Where?
They were here.
I don't think so. I don't see them.
Well, no, they are definitely gone. Also, this Baron, 2.5 minutes left on this. Sets up perfectly into the soul. And you have a very easy, very straightforward way on your DRX to continue with this game.
I think he said, like, we're fighting. 2 seconds ago. It was, like, very late. It was after he had already chased him down very far. So, I mean, at least he told them eventually.
Communication is important, Valdez. You need to communicate with your teammates.
He's still got the stopwatch, and he has a BF sword now, so maybe it's just a GA.
Hey, you know, I don't think it's going to matter in this game, but that's a great buy.
I'm a bigger fan of the Zhonya's.
No, I'm talking about Anathemas.
Oh.
On Dundun. That's what I said wasn't going to matter. That's great.
Awesome.
Yeah, you take less damage from Rascal, and now he's going to need a little bit more time to kill you.
He's going to need, like, an extra lane. He's going to need, like,
an extra Empower and maybe an E. You know, that's huge.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
massive.
It's so tough. Like, this is a deep flank from Fiesta, but Nongshim are facing a DRX that are actually doing everything right.
Well,
like,
they see him.
Yeah, like, look at the vision control that they have.
Yeah.
They're more than ready for this.
You see the rest of the team is trying to run in, but just Glacial Prison ahead of them, try to slow them down, and that it will. Fiesta can't get in.
All you need to do when your DRX is use the Prio the Baron will give you. As, oh yeah, they have no vision. They have no idea where they are.
Well, I think they have a sneaking suspicion.
Yeah, well, yeah, when they'll show and the dragon doesn't spawn for the next 45 seconds. Save that. Good point, Valdez.
No, Rascal's like, I found you. I got you again.
It's okay. You got an Ephemas. It's fine, Valdez.
And Ephemas, he took so much less damage.
Well, he did. It's not enough less damage.
All right, they find Nazari, and Fiesta's in, and then he's out. He's out of this one. He goes with a stopwatch. His barrel gets pretty low, but he already did his job. As you see, Duckdom now, Whitney quickly is just shredding the entire team. It is a clean ace to the side of DRX, and they will take game number 1.
And Vital trying his best there. Maybe if you have IE, you can make a miracle happen, but that's not the case. DRX, I don't want to say textbook game, because there were definitely some mistakes in the early game, but when it comes to running the map, they were pretty much on the forefront the entire. There is no wave, guys. We definitely need that.
Don't care.
Don't care. Well, wave is here now.
Kill
so
turret.
Who cares? Death timers are way too long. DRX gonna get a decisive victory here in game number 1. Maybe not in terms of kills. Definitely had some team fights that were not as clean as you would like to see, but an important win nonetheless.
Absolutely. DRX take it down in game number 1. And they looked pretty decent while doing so, right? I think Rascal, pretty obvious POG vote here. There might be like one person who votes for Juhan, but I kind of doubt it at this point. Whole game was about the Jackson, the side lane, and how eventually its pressure was just a little bit too much to take care of.
Yeah, if this isn't an 11 out of 11 situation, I'd be somewhat shocked. Rascal doing a wonderful job on his Jax. Still not smiling. He knows the work isn't done. This was a decisive victory, but it wasn't clean in the slightest. Those early 2 fights against the better team could have ended the game immediately. Nongshim unable, and yeah, the individual play of Dundun not quite up to par. Even though the bottom half of the map found some good fights, wasn't enough to actually turn it around. You see small glimpses of those team fighting powers that Nongshim had in challengers, but they're too few and far between against most of the LCK teams.
Yeah. Pretty straightforward one here. You see the massive Rascal damage stripe, as well as the gold difference stripe, if we had it, on this one. But, yeah, kind of fell off a cliff eventually. DRX were able to press their buttons and take the win. A couple of Mountain Drakes made them pretty much unkillable as well in that last fight. Not to mention their big gold lead. So DRX get it done in about 32.5. Rascal should be picking up the POG, but not 100% sure. Let's take a break, and then we'll go over to the space, and we'll see what happens.
기다려봐. 라인 때리고 있어. 오케이, 천천히 해, 천천히 우리. 야, 라인 맞지?
네, 앞으로 뚫을 수도.
이 빠졌고. 아칼리 많이 뺐어, 아칼리 많이 뺐어. 기다려봐.
대리 아직 정화 안 돌 거야.
아칼리 많이 뺐어, 반피야. 나 가볼게. 야, 아칼리 밀었어, 아칼리 밀었어.
앞라인부터.
난 죽었어, 난 죽었어. 난 죽었어, 안 죽었어. 앞라인부터, 앞라인부터.
나 아칼리 마무리할게.
나 마무리 됐고 나 공기 생각할게. 나 잡게 나
끝내자,
잡게.
끝내자.
끝내자.
이거 초반 싸움 왜 그렇게 됐지?
And then doesn't have his hook shot and dies. And then that lane is over, right? Like, examples like, and I don't even, that's a mistake by Keen, but I also think that he has to play like that, because otherwise the team doesn't work. Yeah. So we've rebutted everything, so they all suck.
So they all suck.
They all suck.
Everyone sucks.
Nice, good
This is
job.
what I was
team.
worried about.
So
I'm
we're
like,
back, we're back to being a 2-team region.
Yeah.
We got T1 and
No,
JD, and it's
that's
a
because
2.
we haven't rebutted those crappy.
And you know,
No, but it's a 2. It's a 2-team
Hey.
MSI.
Yeah! Two teams, 7 side, all the teams still met.